ADHD is a neurological disorder in the brain. People affected by ADHD have low levels of neurotransmitters, both dopamine and norepinephrine, which go hand in hand with reward, focus, planning, attention, shifting between tasks, and movement. In a society built for neurotypical people, people with ADHD have many disadvantages. So, what exactly is ADHD? Researchers have identified several major brain networks that work differently in people with ADHD. When you have ADHD, 4 areas of the brain are impaired. First, the frontal cortex, which regulates attention, executive function, and organization. Secondly, the limbic system, which regulates attention and emotions. Third, when there is a deficiency present in the basal ganglia, there is a short circuit between inner brain communication and information. This is why there is such a strong inattentiveness or impulsivity. And lastly, the reticular activating system, which is the primary relay system among the many pathways that enter and leave the brain. A deficiency here can cause inattention, impulsivity, or hyperactivity. Typically, the first thing people think of when it comes to ADHD is a 7-year-old boy bouncing off the walls and who can't sit still. However, ADHD is very diverse and affects people differently. There are 3 types of ADHD: hyperactive impulsive presentation, inattentive presentation, and combined presentation. People with the hyperactive impulsive presentation are unable to sit still in calm surroundings, are constantly fidgeting, are unable to concentrate, they excessively talk, act without thinking, and are unable to wait for things. While on the contrary, people with the inattentiveness presentation are often extremely forgetful and unorganized. They have trouble paying attention to details and are easily distracted. You also have those with ADHD who display traits from both presentations, which is called the combined type. All of these symptoms can impact people's ability to live in a successful life deemed to society, as people with ADHD are easily distracted and lack time management, so they fall back on paying bills, keeping up with schoolwork, etc. Besides making life more difficult, ADHD also has a lot of co-occurring disorders. The most common of the 2 are anxiety and depression, because with the lack of dopamine, it is extremely easy to lose motivation, and the chemicals are already unbalanced. Symptoms of ADHD also interlapped with symptoms of anxiety, such as feeling overwhelmed, racing thoughts, restlessness, and difficulty concentrating, which has people with ADHD more likely to develop anxiety disorders over time. Women with ADHD are not as widely recognized, which leads to more co-occurring disorders and less support and knowledge to help. While ADHD is a mental disorder that impacts 8.4% of kids and 2.5% of adults, there are several choices of treatment that you can use to help relieve the symptoms and make life easier. The first option is therapy. In children, it is usually behavior therapy, and for teens and adults, it is cognitive behavior therapy. Going to therapy can help individuals identify how ADHD affects them and come up with strategies to lessen the impact ADHD has on them. The second option is stimulant medication. These medicines increase the number of neurotransmitters in your brain, which can help with attention span and concentration. All in all, ADHD has a huge impact on those who have it, but thankfully we live in a time where it is being studied and understood more, and those who have it can get the help they need.